Hello. My name is Michelle Moore, and I just have some brief comments as a mother of 2 young children and a fellow community member. Sex education for our students includes anatomy and biology, but also, and importantly, developing the ability to set healthy boundaries in high-pressure situations, learning how to have healthy and positive relationships with peers, especially for those children who have an unhealthy environment at home or have been abused in the past, and learning the valuable skill of delayed gratification, which is most important in these high-risk situations our future young adults will undoubtedly find themselves in. Moreover, creating positive relationships has the added benefit of naturally developing a resource for those students who do find themselves in vulnerable and difficult situations to attain the help that they might need. We could find the CPR facilitators and CPR curriculum to teach our children the lasting importance of developing a loving, committed, healthy, and mutually respectful relationship while rejecting relationships that diminish their full personhood. I stand behind the recommendation of creating positive relationships sex ed curriculum for the health and safety of our children.
Thank you. Any others this evening?
Well, good evening. I'm Sharon Carey, and I am the Executive Director of the Crisis Pregnancy Center. And I just wanted to give you an overview of what I have experienced over these years. I can't see things. My glasses are smudging up. But what I have seen over the years with the CPR program. And I just want to make you aware of a few things that you may not have been aware of. Since implementing the CPR program in the early 1990s, teacher evaluations of every instructor has always taken place. The teacher is always present in the classroom every single day, and that includes our health and science teachers, who are the ones that facilitate the class. So they are able to hear everything that is presented in the classroom. These evaluations are then given to the CPR coordinator, who reviews every single one of them. And any issue that has been mentioned is always addressed and corrected if needed. As a parent myself, who raised 3 children in Vigo County, and as the executive director, it has been important to ensure that what we are sharing is accurate, professional, relatable, pertinent, and reliable information that will assist our students in creating the healthiest relationship possible. We have always considered the students, the parents, the teachers, and the administration, and have continued to present materials that would not cross over any line into preferences or beliefs, but have championed presenting a program that does not exclude but is inclusive to all in terms of developing healthy relationships, and have always met the state standards. We have collaborated with teachers and principals with any type of abuse that may have surfaced through the teachers to make reports, and have made sure that each student receives the help and protection that they need. Every student evaluates the program, and names are not required or even asked for. Most of the students do not put their name to the evaluation, and we have done these for years and years and years. We want each student to have the freedom to evaluate the program as they see it. Overwhelmingly, thousands upon thousands of evaluations have come back with positive feedback. We conduct parent meetings every single year. Every parent is invited before we offer the program, so that they are fully aware of what will be discussed in the classroom. We have often taken phone calls from parents and have had parents visit the CPC to view the materials, and there has always been our desire to have full disclosure. Every year, the CPC program is updated and our instructors are required to make all updates. Changes have continued throughout the years, and this program is not the same as it was in 1992. Every instructor is certified to teach the CPR program with a 4-day initial training. Most have college degrees and would qualify to be a substitute teacher. Actually, some have actually done so. All are evaluated each year by their supervisor, and every CPR coordinator is evaluated by the executive director. We are willing to add to our current certification process, and we have talked about that. Since 1997, we have averaged between 4,000 to 6,000 students each year, and the majority of parents have been supportive, the majority of students have been supportive, and the majority of teachers have been supportive of the program throughout the years. My understanding was that the goal was to do an evaluation and then to make changes, not to remove or replace, but I'm hearing something different from some individuals this evening. So we are willing to continue to work with the school administration to make the program even better for the sake of our students. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Any others this evening?
I have Namita Goswami here, who is unable to attend because of the pandemic. Are you there, Namita?
Yep, I'm here.
Go ahead.
Okay, so everybody can hear me?
Yes.
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for this opportunity to speak. In the interest of time, I'm actually going to read a statement. If those who support the CPR curriculum had science and evidence-based arguments, then they would have welcomed a review by qualified experts. Opposition to this most minimal form of oversight has reflected their bad faith and sense of entitlement, that CPR is exceptional and exempt from standards that apply to all. Indeed, those who favor the status quo have relied on worn-out culture war cliches in which they invariably posture as besieged victims and claims that should be unthinkable in rational public discourse, that we seek to groom our children, provide them with sex toys, reduce them to animals, implant in them sexual fantasies, and encourage pedophilia. For VCSC to provide a platform for such willful ignorance and prejudice is embarrassing. As the peer reviews clearly demonstrate, the CPR curriculum should have no place in our public schools, nor should its unqualified volunteers. I would suggest that instead of presenting the veneer of due diligence, even as some members of VCSC work behind the scenes with CPR to finagle minimal changes, VCSC should assess the needs of our actual population and choose a curriculum that is age-appropriate, medically accurate, and inclusive of LGBTQ students as well as students with disabilities to be taught by qualified experts. Frankly, in the midst of preventable COVID-19 mass deaths, the danger of selectively thumbing one's nose at science is all too clear. To therefore compel parents and educators to enter into a debate with supporters of CPR as though there were two equally science, logic, data, and evidence-based sides on this issue is utterly disingenuous. This is not the example VCSB should be setting for our children who, at minimum, should be learning critical thinking. As a result, I am shocked that as a parent and an educator, I must beg elected officials to recognize that a sexual and reproductive health curriculum is not a both-sides issue amenable to a facile compromise that VCSC can use to worm its way out of the obvious. We would not tolerate such false equivalence and quackery when it comes to geometry or chemistry. CPR is not entitled to our taxpayer dollars and access to our children. Our children, however, are entitled to the best available
Goswami.
Namina Goswami.
Okay, thank you.
Any others this evening? Received a text from Dr. Hayworth. Would you like to speak now, or do you want to wait?
We believe we have a couple more items.
Okay. Let's go on to the consent agenda.
Move approval?
Dr. Powers made the motion to approve. Mr. Burke seconded that. Can I get a roll call on the consent agenda, please?
Mr. Lockhart,
Aye.
Ms. Lauer. Aye. Dr. Powers,
Aye.
Ms. Scott. Aye. Mrs. Wise.
Aye.
Mr. Burks. Mr. Irwin.
Aye. Moving on to the professional leave request and personnel report. Mr. Cox?
President Irwin, Superintendent Hayworth, Administration seeks approval of personnel report and leaves as presented.
Second. Mr. Burks made the motion to approve the personnel report. Mr. Lockhart seconded that. Can we get a roll call, please, Dr. Doyle?
Yes, Mr. Lockhart,
Aye.
Ms. Lauer. Aye. Dr. Powers,
Aye.
Ms. Scott. Aye. Mrs. Wise.
Aye.
Mr. Burks. Mr. Irwin.
Aye. Ms. Wilson?
President Irwin, Superintendent Hayworth, and members of the Board of School Trustees. In this evening's packet, you were all given an additional appropriation resolution which is required by the DLGF to correct a budget oversight for calendar year 2020 that was discovered when submitting the 2021 budget. If approved, this resolution will be sent to the DLGF via gateway to resolve this budget issue for the current year. The appropriate notice of taxpayers regarding this resolution was advertised in the Tribune Star on November 5th. We respectfully ask for permission to approve this resolution this evening.
Second.
Mr. Burks made the motion to approve. Mrs. Lauer seconded that. We thank you for doing that so that we can be right with the State Board of Accounts. We always want to be doing our due diligence there. Dr. Goller, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, Mr. Lockhart,
Aye.
Ms. Lauer.
Aye.
Dr. Powers,
Aye.
Ms. Scott.
Aye.
Mrs. Wise.
Aye.
Mr. Burks. Mr. Irwin.
Aye. Dr. Hayworth?
Yes, at this time, I wish to pull my agenda item for consideration this evening.
So you will not be making a recommendation this evening, correct?
I will not.
Thank you. Now is our time for the second call for citizen comments. Sync. Yes, that can be on anything school related.
My name's Wendy Personette. My daughter is a senior at North High School, and my husband and I both went to North High School. I am just here again this week to keep on the front of your minds about adding a policy to the school corporation about not allowing political wear in any of the schools. Some more things have happened at Terre Haute North, and I feel as if it's being put upon the principal to make those decisions when if there was a rule already in place, that could be avoided completely. And if there was a rule already in place, it wouldn't seem like one side is always being pushed down. If there was a rule at the beginning, everyone would have to abide by it, or at least one would think. So I hope that that is added to the agenda at some point. That's all I have. Thank you.
Have you spoken to anybody beyond building?
Beyond the building?
Yeah.
About the yeah, we have. We've talked to Dr. Mason and Mr. McClendon. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
I was up here earlier. I'm Lila, still Lila Porter. I go to North. I'm a senior there. My mom is Wendy, and I think the political mass at school should not be allowed. I've said something on that here before, a few meetings ago, but at North, when everything kind of first happened with the flags matter and such, for a while the teachers didn't wear those political masks, but then it seemed after things settled down that they just went back to the same old, same old. So I would agree, if the school board would in place a rule, then it wouldn't have to be the responsibility of North. It wouldn't have to be my responsibility to have a new committee started to make sure students feel included and inclusified and safe at school, because it would already be happening. So I just think that it should be on the agenda so so we can get it taken care of. Because I know I'm not going to be at North for much longer, and I don't want it to be forgotten when I'm gone. So, thank you.
Thank you.
You did a nice job tonight, Michael.
Thank you.
We might have to get you another jug of wipes here.
Let's get close.
Any others this evening?
Oh, it's very clean.
Anything from the board? Or the superintendent? Our next scheduled meeting is December 14th back here, but we will have to announce another meeting for purposes of teacher contracts sometime this week or early next week, so be on the lookout for that. But as of right now, next scheduled business meeting is December 14th here in the conference center. Thank you.